Murchison Falls National Park.
Look at what I'm saying! Oh la la!
In Uganda, we have a saying, big is big, to mean exactly what it is. So when it comes to the largest and most endowed protected area in the Pearl of Africa, one stands head and shoulders above the rest. Let us spread our arms and embrace the great Murchison Falls National Park.
You are most welcome to Murchison Falls National Park, which is found in my beautiful country, Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
The park lies at the northern end of the Albertine Rift Valley, where the sweeping Munyoro escarpment tumbles into vast palm-dotted savanna. First gazetted as a game reserve in 1926, Murchison Falls is not only Uganda's largest conservation area, but also the oldest, hosting over 76 species of mammals and 451 birds. Where should we start with this wonder of a destination? Frankly, wherever you start it is still amazing, as this world-famous protected area of great life and wonderful nature has been loved and visited by some of the most iconic people of their times, from as far back as its existence to the present. From royalty to world leaders and other nature and wildlife-loving celebrities, Murchison Falls National Park gives an ultimate treat after treat, sandwiched with activities that you could tour and explore for an entire week and still not get enough of it. But for starters, where does the park derive its name, Murchison Falls?
Early in 1952, the parliament, which was sitting in London during colonial time, enacted a law to gazette these places as a national park. And it derived its name from the spectacular Murchison Falls, which happens to be on the Victoria Nile, which bisects the park into two.
Once referred to as the Kabadega Falls, this protected area was named after the thunderous Murchison Falls, the strongest waterfalls known.
In 1970s, during Idi Amin, the name of the falls was changed to Kabalega Falls, and eventually the park's name also changed to Kabalega National Park. However, after Idi Amin, the name which was there in the constitution, which was Murchison Falls, revamped back.
The falls are found on the course of the mighty River Nile. It actually breaks the stunning Victoria Nile that flows across Uganda's northern region from the vast Lake Victoria to the deep Lake Choga and continuing to the northern tip of Lake Albert within the western arm of the Great East African Rift. The park straddles the western districts of Bulisa, Nwoya, Chiliandongo and Masindi in the northwestern part of the country. To access Murchison Falls National Park by road from Kampala through Masindi, Para is a 4.5-hour drive. The driving distance from Masindi, the nearest large town to the Chibanda area of the national park, is about 72 kilometers, 45 miles, on the well-maintained tourism road. The roads are good enough to accommodate any kind of vehicle, but a four-wheel drive is more suitable for a well-deserved ultimate experience. The ferry at Para operates on scheduled times, which connects the southern and northern banks of River Nile. By air, charter services are available to all-weather aerodromes at Pakuba, about 19 kilometers northwest of Para, and Bugungu, 13 kilometers from Park. Whatever you choose, you are guaranteed on return on investment of a lifetime experience.
It has a unique features, like the scenery is beautiful.
Please, Ugandans, this is our park. We should make sure that we visit it. We should make sure that we come and see it. We come and enjoy the nature in our country.
The Murchison Falls Conservation Area is Uganda's largest protected area, covering 5,072 square kilometers. This contains the Murchison Falls National Park, which is 3,893 square kilometers. During the 1960s, the park contained an abundance of wildlife, including 14,000 elephants, 26,000 buffaloes and 14,000 hippos, though today's population density is more in balance with the amount of parkland available to them.
In the past few years, we have really tried make sure that our animal population goes up.
It has 76 different mammal species, including the nocturnal ones and the rare ones like pangolin. So Murchison Falls is one of the key national parks in Uganda. Whoever tourists come to Uganda has to see into it that he reaches Murchison Falls.
Wow! From a captivating history to fascinating wildlife attractions, Murchison Falls will leave you astonished with magical wonder. Let us break it down together. Usually, for these views, one needs either an early morning or evening game drive following the Buliji, Albert and Queen's Tracks north of River Nile, among others, which are highly rewarding with high concentrations of wildlife. The vegetation is characterized by savanna, riverine forest and woodland. Wildlife includes lions, leopards, elephants, Jackson's hartebeest, oribis, Uganda corpse and various bird species.
The main species we are seeing here, these are the Uganda corpse. These are the animals we see in our national emblem, the coat of arms of Uganda. Behind me are the buffaloes. They are in a herd. A herd is comprising of the male, the female, and the young ones. And where you are seeing it's an open savanna with the limited landscape.
Park rangers are in place to provide adequate information and security to visitors to ensure they enjoy their stay and take home the best experiences ever. And that's just on ground. Murchison Falls is among Uganda's best birding spots with over 451 bird species, which include Albertine Rift endemic birds, water birds and savanna birds.
This park has 451 species of birds. We have one of the endangered bird species, the shoe-bill stork, which is found in the Murchison Falls National Park wetland, that is at the Delta, which is one of the Ramsar sites.
Viewing birds in the scenic landscape and amazing wildlife of Murchison is among the most interesting experiences while on safari. There are very many birds in the park, of which some are rare, common, and occasionally, such as bee-eaters, the grey-crowned crane, Uganda's national bird, giant and coloured kingfisher, giant heron, shoe-bill stork, Abyssinian ground hornbills, nightjars, marabou stork, black-headed lapwing, black-bellied bustard, among others.
Some category of our tourists are birders, and when they come to Uganda, they would love to come to Murchison.
Birders can watch birds all year round, though the best time is during the dry season months, especially from January to March. This time is a low tourist season in Uganda, but birding is still plentiful. From December to February, when the rains begin, birding can still be done as well. Murchison Falls is one of the few destinations in Africa where you will find the most sought-after shoebill any time of the year. The shoebill is a tall bird with long spindly legs that allow it to stand in the shallows of swamps and on aquatic vegetation while hunting for food. The shoebill averages between 3.5 to 4.5 feet, which is approximately 1 to 1.4 meters in height, and weighs between 4 to 7 kilograms. It is the park's most outstanding bird attraction that can be spotted any time of the year, especially January to March during the dry season. Migratory birds can be seen too between months of November and April. Quick tip: you better be ready with your camera battery, because when you have 4 of the big 5 roaming on these grounds, you have a lot of snapping to do. You are bound to take as many photos as you can. Almost 20 square kilometers of grassland fringing the delta formed by the Victoria Nile as it flows into Lake Albert is the focus of most game drives north of the river. Murchison Falls National Park, Uganda is the second destination in Uganda with a high concentration of hippos after the Kazinga Channel in Queen Elizabeth National Park. The biggest number is found at the hippo pool.
You can see the school of hippos, which is normally ranging from 15 up to 40, and we have unusually big schools of up to 100, which are rarely seen. Hippos are very interesting social animals. So that group you are seeing is called a school, and it's led by one strong dominant male, and it's mainly comprising of the female and the young ones. They tend to like where it's shallow and sandy.
The hippopotamus is a large, mostly herbivorous semi-aquatic mammal and one of the ungulate native of Murchison Falls National Park. They are graceful in water, good swimmers, and can hold their breath underwater for up to 5 minutes.
Inside the water, they eat completely nothing. It's at night where they are out of water, they can be able to graze, and a big hippo can eat up to 60 kilograms of grass.
These are some of the most impressive areas in terms of wildlife concentration, especially around the delta. If extraordinary was explained in nature form, this is what it looks like. The falls. A hike or drive towards the top of the falls gives the most magnificent view of Murchison Falls. It is these falls that the name of the national park is derived. The sounds and views of the world's strongest waterfalls are captivating and mind-blowing. Right on the peak of the Murchison Falls, the waters of the Nile force their way through a small slit within the rocks, which is just 7 meters or 23 feet wide and topples to 43 meters or 141 feet below a thunderous roar, forming a residual water spray that forms a beautiful view. Sir Samuel Baker named the Roaring Falls in honor of then-president of the Royal Geographic Society, Sir Roderick Murchison, and it is from this background that Uganda's largest protected area was named the Murchison Falls.
It was named by Sir Samuel Baker in 1864 during his exploration, and Sir Samuel Baker was with the wife Lady Florence.
This is where the Nile explodes through a narrow gorge and cascades down to become a placid river. From this point, it then continued its way westward into the stunning Lake Albert. It is very breathtaking. And if that is not enough, this stretch of river provides one of Uganda's most remarkable wildlife spectacles: boat rides, launch cruise. A launch cruise on the Nile is another highlight in this protected safari park. The launch trip upstream from Para presents an astonishing display of wildlife and culminates with the memorable frontal view of the falls. Regular visitors to the riverbanks include elephants, giraffes and buffaloes, while hippos, Nile crocodiles and aquatic birds are permanent residents. You may also enjoy a boat trip from Para to the Delta, which is about 28 kilometers, and back, which takes about 4 to 5 hours, where you can see a similar variety of animals and birds. Alternatively, a tranquil sundown cruise offers the classic view of an equatorial sunset reflected on the river. These are priceless and spectacular views. A protected area with launch cruises on the Nile, boat rides, nature walks and captivating game drives, the top of the falls, trails, all under top priority visitor safety precautions make Murchison Falls an ideal destination in its own bucket list. Culture. There are different cultural setups around the park and cultural walks to these unique cultures that always offer insight into the different cultures in this part of Uganda. Accommodation. Certainly, this is a destination you want to be at. If accommodation is the concern, worry not. A gateway in this must-be destination, providing a range of accommodation facilities to fit your plan and pocket. There is always something for everyone. From budget, mid-range to luxury, everyone is catered for. Murchison Falls National Park has for long been the best all-rounder in Uganda, with wildlife in plentiful supply that has hosted both historical and current celebrities of the time. Because of its countless endowments, historical visitors to this must-be destination include Theodore Roosevelt, Ernest Hemingway, several British royals and Sir Winston Churchill, the man who affirmed Uganda as the true Pearl of Africa. Also important to note, the 1951 film The African Queen, starring Humphrey Bogart, was filmed on Lake Albert and the Nile in Murchison Falls National Park. Recently, the celebrity couple, American music star Kanye West and wife Kim Kardashian, enjoyed the scenic Murchison Falls National Park. We have also seen continued domestic celebrities embrace this unique endowed protected area. Well, the magnificence of Murchison Falls National Park is a subject that can't be exploited fully, but one stands out. It is always open to receive you any time of the year. Have you ever imagined having your wedding around such an environment of unrivaled beauty? Sounds like a dream wedding destination, huh? Or wait, how about honeymoon? Alright, let's say you already tied knots. How about a wedding anniversary in the wild of unsurpassed beauty? It could be a getaway with friends, study trip, or wild picnic. Whatever it is, don't think twice. Just connect with us for more information and prepare to hit the road on a journey to be part of this once-in-a-lifetime testimony. Please connect with us or call us at Murchison Falls National Park office on +256 392 881 345 or at Uganda Wildlife Authority head office at +256 414 355 000, Plot 7, Chira Road, Kamocha, PO Box 3530, Kampala, Uganda. You can follow us on social media for constant updates: Facebook, YouTube, Uganda Wildlife Authority, Twitter, Instagram, UG Wildlife.